The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust with the ticker symbol SPY. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So I want to mention two things before I start out with the analysis. The first thing is I just put a course sale out right now, so you can get 50% off my technical analysis course. So if you want to learn how I do all of this, you can go and click the link in the description below. So the course sale is running until February 5th. So you have 1 week to take advantage of the 50% off and start learning technical analysis the right way, or the best way in my view. So the second thing I want to mention is that I'm going to also look at the QQQ just real quick at the end. So let's take a look at the SPY first. Here is the daily chart. You can see how we're heading higher. I believe my target was the 410. We reached the 408 before finding some resistance and selling off and closing at the 405. So where are we going now? Well, I think we're still going to go higher, but after a pullback. But we are very close to selling off, and I'll go over the reason why. So we had this uptrend channel in play. So previously, most traders, or even me, I personally would have had it like this, and a little bit steeper. We had the break and a new high, and we sold off. But you see how prices rallied higher, and we tried 2 attempts to go lower. This is the first attempt right here, failed, and we went up, and then second attempt failed, and we went up. So that tells me the channel is definitely this one right here. Confirm this is 100% in play right here, this wider one. And normally we don't just reverse right away. You should go back up to retest the highs in the form of two attempts. So right now we're in the second attempt. This was the first attempt right here. We pulled back, and this is the second attempt. And this one is targeting the 412 level. And also, you can see this playing out in the micro scale. So we had this uptrend, yellow, just like the previous macro uptrend. We had the first break, but we didn't just reverse right away. We made 2 attempts higher. This is the first attempt, and this is the second attempt. And you can see how the second attempt was the one finding resistance. So this is the first attempt higher, second attempt, and you can see right at the tip of this arrow is when this sell-off started occurring, right? You know, we didn't reach it all the way, but you can see how this 408 level was acting as resistance because this candle was green, but somehow prices traded all the way down and closed, you know, this candle halfway. So why did that occur? Because the measure move was pretty much almost reached, and also this channel could be a little bit wider, and we just hit the top of it, which is going to be acting as resistance. So you see the top of the channel also coincides with that little pullback in the candle and the measure move. So basically, you know, price action works on micro and macro scales. So basically, the second leg up is almost complete. So we could see a sell-off fairly shortly, and this level is acting as resistance. So we're probably gonna act as resistance again. This was resistance here, September of 2022. We had a double test in December, and now we're coming back again to test it. What I think is going to occur, they probably do want to run the stops up here. They want to do a breakout, run the stops, trap out all the people who wanted the market to drop. And then once they're all trapped out or stopped out, then the market's going to drop without them. Now, that's normally what happens. The market does not like other people to make money. So I think they're going to stop everyone out who are a little too early, and then they're probably going to drop it. We'll have to wait and see if that occurs, but that's a good chance of occurring. Another thing that can occur in the market is we just make this large leg up. This is the first leg up, second leg up, and this one's targeting the 436 level. So this measure move's definitely in play. Do I think it can reach it? Probably not. I think it's a lower probability than what I described before. We just see a breakout because the uptrend is pretty much played out. But it definitely is in play, and we got to look at that. If prices continue to move higher, this is where they're trying to go. You know, we're going to attempt to reach it, but I think what's more likely to occur is just seeing a breakout fairly shortly and see that drop occur. So that's everything I have on the daily chart for the SPY. We're still continuing higher. You know, this uptrend is definitely in play, and I think they want to knock out the stops above this 410, 412 level. I know there's a lot of stops up here, so if I know that, other traders know that too, especially the people who move the market. They know that too, so they're gonna stop everyone out, and then we'll probably see that drop down. So that's everything I have on the daily chart. Let's take a weekly viewpoint of the SPY. Here's the weekly chart, and I also want to mention is that overall the bias is still up, so we don't have to go lower. This is the uptrend right here that's bigger and has more force to it. So we had a spike in channel right here. So this uptrend right here, we haven't had a new high yet. So this is the first break. All this from January 2022 until now is the first break of it. So we're gonna get a few attempts higher, or we actually did get a few attempts, but we need to see some. There's a good chance this high is basically taken out in the future, but after this downtrend is played out. So the downtrend is still in play, but we can't ignore that the uptrend is still in play, because we only retrace about 50% of the up move. See, from the lows to the highs, this is still within the 50% of the up move, so it's still a correction. Sometimes we retrace 61.8% and it's still a correction. So this is still a correction in the macro viewpoint, meaning like multi-year viewpoint. This is still a pullback in my eyes. But we'll focus on the downtrend since January of 2022. Basically, we just got the first break of it. So first breaks, we're gonna probably see a couple attempts down. If those couple attempts down fail, meaning we don't go back all the way down to these lows and exceed them, then we're gonna be resuming with the uptrend. As right now, I still want to see a couple attempts down before we mark this as a bottom. There's still this measure move also that could be reached. This is the first leg down, and this is the second leg down. Market is targeting the 313 level, but it's slowly chopping towards it, so it's not going to get there all of a sudden. So basically looking for a little bit higher prices on the shorter time frame. Looks like the 412 level is probably going to happen. You see that we've been closing above the EMA 3 consecutive weeks, so it looks like we're going to see a little bit more higher prices. Maybe we see a pullback first before higher prices, but I'm looking for a little bit more higher prices, 412 level, and then since this is the first break, we're going to see a couple attempts down. Maybe when those couple attempts down work out or fail, we're going to see two large legs up to retest these highs right here, or even exceed it. So I don't think the bull trend is over. I think this is just a correction in the macro scale. So basically, once this plays out, we should see the uptrend resume. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but in my eyes, it still looks like that. So basically, uptrend break. Looks like the downtrend is going to play out before we go up higher. Downtrend is about to play out. We're going to get a couple attempts down. If it fails or even if it succeeds, we should start seeing massive buying coming in the market to bid up the price. So that's all I have for the SPY this week. And I also want to look at the QQQ real quick. So here we have the QQQ, and we'll just look at the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart for QQQ, very similar to the SPY. We had this spike in channel right here. This was a massive spike up, too unsustainable, so the market likes to go inside of a flatter angle. Here's the uptrend right here, and we also had the first break of it. So prices were in this downtrend, and looks like we just got the first break of it also. So uptrend, then we had a downtrend. This is the first break, meaning close outside of this trend. So normally we're not gonna just reverse out of here. We could, but I'm gonna expect a couple attempts down, and we also are making the second attempt. So the second leg, is about to come to an end fairly shortly, right around the 302, 300 level, and then we should probably see a couple attempts down. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we get a larger leg up, so that can happen too. So there's a lot of scenarios that can occur in the market, but what is the most probable is that we make a couple attempts down after reaching this target right here at the 303, 302 level. So fairly shortly, we should start seeing a sell-off occur across the market. So that's everything I have for the QQQ. Actually, there's a couple more things I want to mention. You could also see that prices are struggling to stay above the EMA. So the last time prices was above the EMA was back here in August, but we couldn't hold the EMA. We sold off. Now we're back above the EMA again. So if history repeats, multiple times prices have been above these EMA, but it hasn't held. When this downtrend is in play, maybe when this downtrend plays out, like I said before, we make a retest of these lows, then we could probably start holding the EMA on the top side. So the downtrend is still in play. That's why we're not seeing prices hold it. So basically, QQQ gonna be following the SPY following the QQQ. A little bit more higher prices, should start seeing a sell-off occur. If not, then we got to reanalyze what's actually occurring on the chart. Maybe, you know, this downtrend is played out or something else is occurring, but as right now, it looks like a little bit more higher prices, and then we should start seeing a sell-off fairly shortly back down to the lows. After these lows are hit or even exceeded just by a good amount, then we can start seeing a reversal back up to these highs. So that's all I have for the broader markets this week, Sunday, and I'll give you guys an update next week, Sunday. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, so you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video with your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.